Hi, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of 2020 with Kyla. As you may recall, yesterday we talked about mini me or mini you. Today we're going to talk about the hashtag, this new hashtag that we put on the mini me. So you may recall that you were asked to write in the head part what you tell people, and then in the body part what you don't tell people, and then in the leg part what you should do. So hopefully you've done that, and hopefully you've realized some things about yourself that you didn't previously know. Pretty exciting stuff. So today we're going to talk about adding the hashtag back to your me. Before we get to that, I wanted to share 2 stories. The first one is about my niece, who is 6 years old, and she's amazing. Over Thanksgiving break, she asked me, "What is the thing that you know the most about?" So just think about that for a second. I'm throwing that and posing that question to you today. What's the one thing that you know the most about? So think about that. And if you want to, hit pause. And then as a follow-up question, what are 5 things that you know about that thing that you know the most about? So feel free to hit pause here and write those down in your journal, your notebook. So if you're wondering what I said, I immediately thought of happiness. I've been researching happiness for several years now. And then I said a few things about happiness. One, it's all about relationships. We know from the longest study on happiness out of Harvard, a 75-year study, that the people who not only lived the longest, but were the happiest, were happy because of their relationships. Number 2, it's all about connection. In this day and age, we're further and further away from each other, even though we're closer and closer to each other by tech, or half of the world of us. But we're not connected. And so the less connected we are to each other, the more depressed we are. The third one is to create community. So kind of along the lines of, being connected, community is so important. We're hunters and gatherers. Our ancestors were hunters and gatherers, and community was all we had. It takes a village to raise a child, and that holds true even till today. The 4th thing is that we need love and support. And sometimes we don't get that when we're isolated or we're not in a community and we're withdrawn. And the 5th and final thing is my niece wrote, "Sharing is caring, or caring is sharing." The very premise of my happiness workshop that I created in 2014 was based on this research that I had done that pointed to the fact that if you help others become happy, you become happier. So now you know 5 tips about happiness. So that's the first story I wanted to share with you. The second story I wanted to share with you is about my friend Chris, who's from South Africa. His mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's several years ago, and he and I often talk about why Parkinson's chose his mother, why his mother chose Parkinson's and why my mother chose dementia. And when he first asked me that question, it was really difficult. The dementia was still new to me and my family. I was still trying to process it. We were all trying to process it. And I think I was still in defensive mode. But now that I've understood that question more, I really understood what it means. And for his mother, the reason she chose Parkinson's was because she always took care of other people. And now other people have to take care of her because of her Parkinson's, right? Very, very heartwarming story. So because she has this newfound focus on herself and taking care of herself before others, she's found this hashtag me, and she started using it a lot. So it made me think about the first story, which was about the thing that I know the most about. And I'd like you to think about, again, that question: what is the thing that you know most about? And if your answer to that was not yourself, like mine, then we have to take a pause here, right? And think about how we spend so much of our lives learning about everything other than ourselves that we don't really take the time to get to know ourselves and what makes us tick and what makes us happy, what makes us unhappy. How do we create a stronger mindset? Things like that, right? So here's a great activity for you. In your notebook, I'd love for you to write down on one side of the page just your daily schedule, what you do. Just pick a typical day, like a Monday through Friday day, and then write down your top 3 core values. Mine are personal growth, family, and happiness. After you write down everything that you do on a typical day, then you will circle the activities in your day that represent your core values, okay? So this is a great way to assess where you are in your life with yourself, and it's a great #me activity, okay? So happy Friday, happy weekend, and I'll see you back on Monday. Okay, bye for now.